Uh,
All right, welcome to Roleplay Cafe. This is John. We are back again with Alien. I'm not entirely sure what session we're on, but
19. I think 19.
fit
I think it's like
19.
25.
All right.
That's what I got.
Yeah, so somewhere in there.
Somewhere.
We have Dune and Todd. Dell has not shown up, so we're going to start without him. Last time, the team was at the mother colony. We split the party a little bit because Dale wasn't with us.
Todd.
Doctor, I'm sorry. Oh, yes. So Todd wasn't with
I
us
was.
last session. Yes. So we've had two sessions back on the mother
Oh,
colony. I
sorry. Yes, that's right.
apologize. So Dr. Bircher was off of the mother colony, up in orbit in the Ilyanla, which is the major ship that this entire expedition arrived on. And he was doing some scientific research up there, trying to get more information on the uh, this worm creature uh, that the team found on the Gorham colony, and then also there was the remnants of some sort of infection of one of the refugees that you brought back from the previous colony. The people that were on the run from Mother Michaela and the children of the two divine. Uh, that infection was being fought off by over the course of several years in this person. Um, and Dr. Bircher took a blood sample and started doing some comparisons between the two, and also wanted to know if it was possible that this infection could affect synthetics. The conclusion he came to is that this infection adapts to whatever, whether it's a biological organism or a synthetic organism, it adapts to it to replicate and perform some sort of change that he's not entirely sure about. Um, and decided that he wanted to take the dead cells of this infection and try to reconstitute it. Um, that's always a good idea. And so he started making his way to a secret laboratory or a specialized laboratory, and along the way encountered General Zelensky, who was on the run from the governor in down on the mother colony. He was speaking to a young woman who turned out was either a descendant or a relative or something of J.T. Gorham, which was the founder of the Gorham colony, which was the first colony that the group went to, where they found this worm thing and brought the samples back along with some survivors. Um, After that encounter, he went to the specialized laboratory and managed to reconstitute this thing by basically taking various pieces of the dead cells and uh, adding some catalyst that brought it back to life. And then it started to reproduce itself after consuming pieces of the microscopic tools that he was using to reassemble it. So that's where we left off with Dr. Berger. And down on the surface in the mother colony, Yoko, after realizing that the guard that Windows tried to save after he was this guard was stabbed in the chest while chasing a possible ally of General Zelensky. Uh,
Say that
Windows was
again.
being
Sorry.
interrogated.
Could you
I'm
just say that
sorry.
again? I'm sorry. Just say that
Yes,
again. Yeah.
yes. I'm sorry. I stumbled over my words. So uh, Windows was following a security guard who was chasing a possible ally of General Zelensky. he went into this security guard, followed this possible ally into a shop and was attacked while inside of there. Windows tried to save his life and failed. The security guard bled out, and now Windows was stuck being interrogated. The security team was trying to figure out what happened, what this guy looked like, which way he went, why Windows was following them, all that good stuff. So we're going to figure out exactly how that went down in just a moment. But while that was going on, Yoko snuck into the storefront where the attack seemed to take place and discovered that there was a secret passageway. And if the map, I believe we're at the map here, so we're on the ground level in Area 10, and the passageway that we're talking about is in the top right-hand corner of this this shopping area that 10 represents, the upper section. And the passageway kind of follows the an octagonal shape around the edge. And Yoko discovers that there are basically secret entrances into every single shop along the way. Some of them seem to be blocked off, like there's something obstructing the door from opening. But one he finds just opens up into the shop, and he startles a customer of that shop and moves on his way. And while heading down the eastern side, going around this bend right here, he encounters a group of very tough-looking people headed his way, and the look on their face makes him think that they may be after him. So why don't we pick up with Windows and figure out exactly how Windows deals with this situation. So Todd, you're covered in blood,
Right.
because you're trying to save this guy's life. You're trying to stun you made the mistake of pulling this giant jagged piece of metal out of his chest.
Oops. Yeah.
You didn't quite pay attention in first aid class, and
Did not.
he basically bled out on you. A large crowd is formed. Obviously, it's always, people are always rubbernecking to watch people who have died or been injured.
Yes.
And a group of security guards starts coming in, and they say, they come down and, they start trying to perform CPR, but they quickly realize that, he has died already. He's no longer breathing. He's lost several liters of blood because there's a large pool around his body. And they start interrogating you, asking you what happened. Why did you pull this thing out of his chest instead of waiting for a medic to arrive? They want to know exactly what's going on.
Why did I do that? Oh. Okay. Yeah. Look. I panicked. Okay. I saw the thing in his chest, and I just panicked. That's all there is to it.
Did you see who did it?
No, I didn't see who did it. No.
Well, I mean, where did he come from? Did it happen out here in the open?
No. He ran into this shop, and I had been pursuing him, or he was just.
Yes.
No, I've been following.
Yeah,
following.
Yeah, yeah. So he was chasing somebody else, and you were basically following the two of them all through the market.
Who was he chasing? Never mind each other. Who was he chasing?
He was chasing a technician from the garage area in Area 6.
Right.
You and Yoko were trying to find a possible ally of the UPP to maybe possibly determine where Zelensky exactly is. And I think the idea was that was that Yoko was going to spook one of them and get him to run off and away from the guards, but unfortunately, one of the guards followed him. So that's when the chase started.
Okay, so I would think that the assailants of this guard went out the back entrance of the store where he died, and that you might find traces of blood or some other evidence in that back corridor coming out of that shop. That'd be my thinking.
A back entrance. He calls over to two of the security guards and says, "Which shop did it happen in?"
Oh,
He asks you after he calls these two guards over.
he's asking me?
Yes.
Ruby Shears. It's a women's clothes store.
No, I'm sorry. I wasn't asking you to come up with one. I was asking him. I was asking if you're actually going to point him to the correct store, or if you're just
Yes, I am. Of course,
okay.
Yes.
All right.
Just past
So
the
it's an
women's clothing store.
Yeah. So it's just past, next to the women's clothing store is a like electronic repair shop, which is where it took place. You direct them in there, and they head over, and that the guard that called them over that you're talking to, tells them that there's supposedly some rear exit, but they don't seem to be aware of that. So they head over there and start looking. Some other security guards start making a perimeter to kind of keep the civilians away from from crowding in, so that you can talk and not be disturbed by people trying to see what's going on. So this guard turns to you and says, so you did not see the person who did this, but I mean, what are you doing here?
I was following the guard. I was following the guard. The guard was. Yeah, that's right.
You were following Are you saying you're following the guard, or the guy the guard was following?
I was following the guy the guard was following. That's right. Yeah, that's what I was after.
But you don't know what he looks like?
I didn't get a good look. Look at my notes here. I didn't get a good look at him. Why was I after him? I don't know. This has been pretty traumatic. This has been pretty traumatic. Okay, I'm having some problems with my memory here. Okay, this guy just split out all over.
All right, I'm going to need to get your information. So we need to find out who did this, because we've got terrorists. If it's one of them, this is the first violence we've had in quite some time, and we need to get this under control and find out where these people are based out of to prevent any more. You're willing to cooperate?
Of course.
All right. So he starts, he gets out like a compad and starts, taking notes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Are you going to be completely honest with him, or are you going to omit is there any piece of information you want to omit?
I'm out of character. I'm trying to remember why I was chasing that guy. Can't seem to see it here in my notes.
So you were chasing him because there was a potential that there was a group of technicians and repairmen in Area 6, which is the garage area, that were at least had some loyalty to the UPP, if not General Zelensky. You're trying to track down and find out where General Zelensky was, maybe to bring him to justice, maybe to make a deal with him. We don't know.
Right. And what initiated his fleeing?
So
I did.
Yoko, yes,
This is all my plan.
So Yoko started dropping hints that trying to find out maybe who was actually loyal. Do you remember exactly what you did to cause the guy to run away? I think you confronted one of them, didn't the guy, right? Because you suspected him to be, he's getting shifty-eyed when you started dropping the hints. And
Yeah,
I think,
I'm trying to remember. I think I was like I was indirectly like accusing or just claiming consequences or something. I don't remember exactly, but I definitely remember that. So it was like I was talking to the guards, and whatever I was saying to the guards, I was trying to also signal to the what are they, laborers,
the technicians.
Technicians, yes, the technicians.
Yeah.
That I was, on their side. But I forget what I did. I basically was trying to say like, "Hey, look, guards, like, go to this person," to put pressure on them to move.
Yeah.
And then,
right.
And then they ended up.
And so they
running.
took.
Yeah.
Yeah, they took off. One of the guards followed, and Windows was hiding down here, or south of the garage, waiting for this guy to come back, or to come running by, and you're going to stop him and make contact with him. Unfortunately, he was being pursued by one of the security guards. So
the first thing you did was try to trip the security guard or bump into them.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Yes, I forgot about that part. You tried to trip the security guard, which did not go well. The security guard was like, "What the fuck was that for?" And then, like, got back up onto his feet and continued the chase. And you decided to follow on foot.
Yeah, it started as a plan to separate them so that we could have access to the person who clearly is knows where Zelensky is, or at least is guilty of something. And then that was the idea, is to separate them from the guards so that we could, talk to them. But once the guard interaction didn't go well, then Windows just ended up chasing them through the market, or pursuing, and to see where they were going. And then they went into the store, and then the guard came back out dead, or like stabbed.
All right. So, based off of that info, Todd, what are you going to tell this guy?
So, if I tell him, well, they'd be looking for Zelensky too, right?
Yeah, I mean, we're effectively on the same side, although we took it a little bit vigilante upon ourselves to find Zelensky.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Well, I mean, the worst thing they do is say, "Hey, that's not your business," So, yeah, it's like no problem. That's all we're doing. We were trying to track down General, and we had a lead. And so unfortunately, this guard paid the price. So these people mean business, that's for sure. It's probably you know what? It's probably best to leave it to the professionals. So that's all I know. So maybe I'll just go back to my ship and fire.
But well, I appreciate your efforts. I agree. You should leave this to the professionals, because now I've lost one of my best men.
Absolutely.
So,
but that's not my fault. I mean, you were going to lose. He was chasing this guy, and he was going to do what he was going to do. Neither one of them was aware that I was involved.
Do you have any plans to leave on another mission within the next few nights?
Maybe, unless it's going to cause the investigations problem. Again, I'm being fully,
Are you mentioning Yoko? Is Yoko implicated here?
No.
Okay, just wondering.
No. I'm just a concerned citizen.
All right. Well, I would appreciate it if you would inform the security team if you are going to leave on a mission, because we may have further questions for you once we've completed our investigation.
Of course, yes.
All right, you're free to go.
All right, thank you, officer.
All right, so Yoko. So I'm going to say that that amount of time is basically close to when Yoko is heading toward, or through that back corridor, or the back corridor
Yep.
behind all the shops, and you was Yoko listening in to the did
Not
Windows
necessarily.
have
I
its
guess
comm?
it's up to Windows if they wanted to leave a line open so I could hear it all.
Are you talking, Todd? You're kind of breaking up.
I'm sorry. No. What do you mean if I was leaving a line?
Like, did you
Totally.
Did you want to leave that ear? Like, you want me to hear that whole
comm line.
conversation?
Yes.
Okay. So I heard it all. But
Okay. All right. Are you going to?
okay. So they're
So you
approaching
see-
me. They look like they're definitely looking for me. They're coming toward me. Are they
Yes,
threatening in
they
any way? Are they
have-
holding weapons? Are they dressed
Oh,
like business
yeah,
people?
they're holding they're holding weapons. They are not dressed like business people.
But they mean
They seem
business.
to be-
Uh-huh.
yes. They're not wearing like uniforms or anything. They're just dressed in civilian clothes. Some of them are probably laborers or something.
Oh, can I tell if they're
Um,
like UPP or?
There is no distinguishing features that you could, use to tell that they're UPP. If
And
you
they
talk
wouldn't
to
be
them,
able to
you
tell
might-
I am either.
They might have.
Is that right?
No, that's correct.
Okay.
But I mean, if you talk to them, there's a possibility that you might be able to pick up their accent or something like that.
Okay, I'll put my hands up just like in front, like as they're approaching me. I'm just putting them in front of me so they can see my hands, make sure they can see them, right?
Okay.
Um.
Yeah. So the largest guy, kind of, seems to be leading this pack of three. He's got a large pipe that he, based off of the size of him, it's quite possible he just ripped this out of the wall. You wouldn't be surprised if he was capable of doing that. And he's kind of not quite, he's not like patting it in his hand, but he has it like on his shoulder, so that he could quickly grab it with his other hand and take a pretty strong overhead swing pretty quickly. And he approached, you stop in your tracks. You said you put your hands up, right?
Yep. Yeah, I put my hands up. Yep.
And he says, "What are you doing back here? This is a private corridor."
You happen? I'll just. Yeah. I'm not looking for trouble. I just want. I'm looking for a person. I'm looking for someone.
Who is it you're looking for? Because that's going to determine exactly how this confrontation goes down.
Hey, have you got your comm link open?
Yeah, you can hear it.
Okay. Do I know where you are?
You generally know that I went through the back of the store and I was going through the corridors, so you pretty much know I went south. And
Okay.
I'm somewhere back there if I didn't emerge.
Okay, so while you're doing that, I'm going to try and find my way into that corridor, that service corridor.
Okay. We will do a roll to see if you can find it quickly enough in just a moment.
Sure. That's fine.
Okay, so as far as these people, I guess I'll say I'm not looking like I said, I'm not looking for a confrontation. Like, right, they said that how this confrontation is going to go down, and then I'll describe the person. I say a man, yay hot, this eye, this hair, technician clothes, technician uniform.
We haven't seen anyone like that, right, guys? And they look back, and
Yeah, that's a definitely yes,
they seem
right?
to confirm.
That's a definitely they do know who I'm talking about, right?
Give me an observation
Okay.
roll, and we'll see
Yeah.
if you catch the. I mean,
Yep.
they seem to. Oh, you got 3 successes. Oh wow.
Wait,
Okay.
no, I didn't roll that.
So,
I didn't roll it. That's from last week.
oh, okay. Oh yeah, 6 days and 23 hours ago.
Sorry, I'm trying. Laptop
Sure.
just a little slower. Ding.
There we go. 2 successes. Do you
That's
want
what
to
I'm
push?
good at. Observation.
Do you want to push?
Oh, no.
Okay. So, you can easily tell. I'm sorry, I'm getting all these text messages. You can tell that they definitely know who it is that you're talking about. They are. You're quite confident that they are specifically trying to protect this person, and they most likely ran past the 3 of them, and these guys came through as a diversion.
Yeah.
You have another success, so if you want to ask something specifically about these people, I will give you an answer to a question.
Trying to think about what I plan to do next and how I can exploit their qualities if they have anything I could observe. I'm not too. I don't have a good idea. So I'll just
Okay.
whatever. I'll like. I am looking to see if they're UPP, right? Because that's like which kind of all the pieces are lining up. And you already said that there's not really any physical or visual obvious signs. That's fine, but that's what that's what Yoko would be devoting his observational energy toward, and then
Okay.
and then
So,
and you already said that. I mean, sorry, I can let you say what you're gonna say.
no, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, like, I think at this point, knowing what I know that they, or believing that they have indicated that they do know this person, I will try that UPP like salute again, like just the gesture that demonstrates that I'm loyal to UPP.
Okay. So, I mean, since you specifically said that you wanted to know whether or not they are members of the UPP, I mean, you already suspected, obviously.
Maybe I can spend my
But-
observation to see how they react to my gesture.
Okay, sure. Yeah, so you perform the salute, and you see a look of confusion and like contemplation over their next action, like go through they're not quite sure how to react. It seemed, to go directly from most likely violence to a consideration. And the guy that the leader was kind of, holding the pipe up, he kind of puts it down for a second and he says, "You are a curious one. Where exactly do your loyalties lie?" And he is going to. If you're going to lie to him, we're going to do we're going to compare
Okay.
roles.
Okay. So my answer to that is, my answer to that is to introduce myself. I'm going to say, my name is Yoko Navona. I am a exploratory scientist on the Solovetsky Island, with with the mother colony here, and my loyalty, my allegiance is with the people. I'm just gonna say with the people of the mother colony. Or actually, you know what? I'm gonna say with the people of the Spinward colonies. I'm gonna say that.
That
It's a little bit weird, right?
yeah. I'm going to tell you what. Why don't we just forget this entire thing happened? You head back the way you came and pretend you never saw this corridor, and we'll pretend we never saw you back here.
And if let's see. Yoko pauses for a moment, contemplatively, and Yoko will.
Okay, while you're deciding,
Thank you. Yeah.
why don't we find out if this is a great time for Windows to pop up?
Good idea.
I got a message from Joe.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Do you need me to mute the recording before you say
Yeah.
whatever you're going to say?
Yeah. No. It's not important to the AP, right?
Sure.
Okay. No. Pause.
All right. So Todd, Windows is trying to find an entrance to this secret passageway that he knows Yoko went down, right? All right. So, how are you going to approach this? Like, you're going to these guards that were interrogating you kind of let you go, but they're still in the area talking to witnesses.
Well, I'm going to go to another store.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not going to go to the scene of the crime. All right.
A women's clothing store, perhaps?
I'll go to a women's clothing store next door.
Okay.
And I'm going to see if, I'm going to tell them. I'm going to go to the. I don't. I'm going to go to the person who's managing the shop that time, right?
Okay.
And come in here and go. Hey, I'm Mel with the maintenance crew here. I got a work order. Something about a sticky rear door in your shop. The service corridor. You know anything about that?
So the woman that's working here looks pretty young. You're assuming that she is not the owner or manager of the store, and she says, "I haven't. There's no notes about that. Is it something you need to do right now? Because
yeah,
probably
look, I'm backed up. I've got like 3 other jobs I got to get done. In the next couple hours here. The boss is like breathing down my neck. Okay, so let's just chop and get to it. Okay, sweetheart, come on.
Okay. I'm sorry. I don't mean to be a pest.
Yeah, I just, I got a lot on my plate today. Okay, so.
I the the corridor is back through this office here,
Oh yeah. Okay, all right. Yeah.
and
And
she goes. She leads you back into the office,
uh
and there is no obvious door. She seems to kind of obscure your view by like placing herself in front of whatever mechanism it is she's manipulating.
right.
And one of the walls next to you kind of pops open. It's not where she was manipulating. It seemed to be controlled where she was, but it's near you.
Okay.
And
So she wasn't right over.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, and
Okay.
she
Okay.
said, "I, uh, I don't know my way back there. I've never actually gone back, but
It's okay. It's your
I have
typical.
there's a lot of technicians that
Yeah. It's
my
okay. It's okay. It's
supervisor
okay.
says I have to let through."
Yeah,
Okay.
I've seen this kind of opening before. It's a Balfour 1401. Yeah, they've been known for
Oh,
stuff all the time. Yeah.
okay. Do
Don't
you
you
want me
worry.
to close the door behind you?
Uh, sure. Go ahead. All right, that's fine. Thanks. Yeah,
Oh,
thanks.
okay.
All right. And what's your name, young lady? I'll make sure that my supervisor knows
Okay.
how cooperative you were with.
Oh,
Me doing
my
the,
name is Sarah.
Sarah. All right. Well,
I've
thank
just this is my first week, so
you. You're doing a bang up job. Okay. Oh look, I think I hear you got a customer out there. All right.
okay. I'll close the door.
Sure.
And
Okay. Thanks. Okay.
like you hear it click
Yeah.
behind you.
Am
There does
I?
not seem to be a obvious mechanism from the other side, but you imagine there must be because
Must be.
it has to be accessible from both ends.
That's right.
Otherwise, people will be trapped back here.
That's right.
So let's say
Am
that
I in the
you are,
corridor?
yes, you
Okay.
are up here in the north half.
Hold on. I got my
Uh,
here.
um,
Okay, I see now.
okay, okay.
Yep.
Based off of what Yoko told you, or you overheard, you're assuming that he turned to the right and followed the passageway around the northeastern and eastern sides of
I'm going
the
to
border.
draw my Armat M41A pulse rifle and
Okay.
hug the wall
Awesome.
on the inside and make my way down the corridor.
All right. So let's say that Yoko's going to have one more opportunity to deal with these ruffians before Windows shows up behind him with a drawn pulse rifle.
Hmm.
So, what does Yoko say to these
They
guys?
say turn around and
They
walk
want him to
away.
leave.
I say,
Yes.
like I said, I'm not looking for a confrontation, and I read your message loud and clear, I slowly back away, slow enough for Windows to show up.
Okay.
You're backing away towards me?
That's right, but I mean
Okay.
we're in this corridor together.
Okay. All right. So you're gonna back up slowly, keeping your eyes on them as you
Yeah, I
head
mean, I
back
feel like
in Windows' direction.
I'm not like treating them like, oh my god, these people are going to kill me, because they kind of changed their tune a little bit, right?
Yeah.
But I am. I want to back away non-threateningly and not turn my back to them and be friendly, if I can do that. Like, just like, okay, we're cool. I understand. That's a good idea. And then I back away. Because I know that they're trying to threaten me, but, like, they're not going to chase me down.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So, yeah, you kind of disengage from them, and they watch as you head around the corner and disappear up into the passageway. And you don't hear their footsteps, echoing up behind you. but it is pretty quickly you hear someone coming in your direction in front of
I draw my pulse
you. I
rifle.
would assume.
No. Actually, I think I know he's coming. He probably told me, right? He's heading in your direction.
Yeah,
right?
I would imagine.
Yeah. I'll just I'll just see him when he comes around the corner, and
Okay.
I'll be like, with my hands gesture, I'll put that away, calm down.
All right. Put safety on.
Yeah, you heard everything, right? Windows. They have a group down that corridor. I'm not sure how many people there are, but I saw about 5 of them, and we know that the technician ran by. They definitely are with the technician. So whatever he was running for, they're in cahoots with him. If they have anything to do with Zelensky, which I believe they do, then they know where he is. These are. I'm just going to be proclamative about it. I'll say these are the rebels, the insurgents. That we know where they are now.
So, should we just go tell people? Or should we?
Not a bad idea. I don't think we should confront them directly. They seemed not too interested in cooperating with us.
Are they armed?
Nothing too serious. I don't think I saw any blasters.
Yeah,
guns, any guns, any firearms.
No guns or anything like that. Just
nothing I saw.
Makeshift weapons like some. Maybe
it's probably my guess is they do what my guess is the way that guard died is the way these people fight.
Yeah, well, I think you're right. I think
So you want to try to hail them if we can maybe scout stake out the entrance or exits from that corridor and see what they do. Maybe you can try to intercept communication. I don't know if they're trying to radio out at all. That's a you thing. I don't know how to do that.
Yeah, I can do that. All right. Let's go with these guys. See if we can do it. But so you were going in that direction, and they just showed up.
They blocked me from continuing down the hall. I got held up, and so I turned back. They said pretend this never happened, but
well, leave them and do the same thing again. I think. Or do you want me to do the innocent maintenance repairman? What a shtick,
The which innocent what?
The innocent maintenance repair guy,
Oh,
like I'm down in this corridor because I've got this work order, right?
Here's a question: would the technician recognize you? No, right? Or maybe.
If you saw the actual technician, oh no, wait, no, Windows was not in the room when you guys were talking.
That's right.
He waited outside, so no, he would not most likely recognize.
That's not the worst idea. Although, you need to be careful. We see what these people are willing to do. To an armed guard, nonetheless.
I'll just send the pulse rifle back there. They won't necessarily see it as I approach them.
Yeah, is that a pulse rifle in your jumpsuit, or?
Yeah. We'll give it a try. Or do you think there's another way?
I mean, I think I would prefer myself not to barge in there or go, get into a physical altercation. Nyoka's a little nervous from the death violence that just happened.
Oh well, yeah. I mean, know, I comes down to it, I don't want to. I'm not a spider, you know. So, okay. Well, listen. Why don't we then? Why don't we just go back and and for some of these trails down here in this corridor.
This is good though. We know where they are. We know Ozelinski has people down here. I don't know how long they stay in one place, but given the location, I feel like it makes sense. Where the fighting was happening before and everything.
Do we have Butcher's position?
Butcher's on the
He's still up on. Yeah, he's still up on the Ilyanla. He would have to take a drop ship to get down to where you guys are.
Oh wait, but okay.
Surely we can radio, but I think our live action earpieces probably don't.
No, but I thought that I'm confusing it with you. Did you see Bozelinski?
No, I didn't see him. I imagine he could be hidden out, down that corridor, or he could be elsewhere. I don't know. Maybe there's a way to sneak past. I don't know.
Yeah, you're not in contact with Bercher, so you don't know that Ozelinski was up there.
Right. Unless maybe we went down into the southern portion of Area 10, right?
Yeah.
And tried to get into the service corridor to go around.
Is there like a roof to these shops, or is it not because there's a floor above us?
Yeah, there is kind of like a framework up above that connects, secures the structure of the store to the next floor above you.
Okay.
So it's not quite. I mean, it has a roof, but it's not something that you could walk along.
Oh, okay.
I mean, you might be able to navigate it, but it'd probably be a lot slower than just traveling on the ground.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just thinking of potentially we could do an infiltration situation, try to get inside or spy inside. We can try to sneak inside ourselves. We can just spy, wait and watch, wait them out, stake them out, or we can go in undercover like you just suggested, Windows. Or I guess we should still probably be pretty keen on finding Ozelinski. But I feel like, from Yoko's perspective, this is it. We definitely know he's here, so.
Then why don't I?
Yeah. So I guess the key is how do we get a one-on-one with Ozelinski? If we know that he's there under guard, if we believe that he's there under guard.
You want one-on-one to do what? Take him out?
Well, is that what you want to do? I want to talk to him.
What do you want to talk about?
I want to find out if he's really as stupid as he seems he is.
All right.
For trying to take over, what are you doing,
right,
dummy?
Well, I'm no hero, so yeah. You want to just? I think that sounds dangerous enough as it is, going in from Lion's Den.
The other thing I wouldn't mind doing is converting these people who are following Ozelinski back into being faithful to the mother colony, but that's not going to happen by barging in there and pulse rifles.
No. Yeah, that's probably not. And as is.
Or the other thing we could do is try to learn what Ozelinski's plan is. Like, what is his plan? He's certainly planning something.
Okay. All right. That sounds more like us.
Okay, given that it's mostly we want to find if we mostly want to find out what Ozelinski's plan is, then we should do more spy surveillance type actions.
Yep. Okay. That's right. All right.
So I guess Yoko's
I don't think we should continue down this corridor.
Yeah, I mean, let's
Because
get out of the
there's-
corridor. Let's get out of the corridor.
We're
Let's
gonna-
inspect the outside and see if there's any other access points. Because I'm sure they have another back. I'm sure they have a back entrance from their hideout or whatever's going on in there.
Mhm.
And I'm sure there's other, things. So let's go outside the corridor to into the marketplace maybe, or into where 11 is, and see what the outside of this area looks like.
All right. So you make your way back out. I mean, Yoko knows which doors are open. So I'm imagining you just go burst through the door that he saw that customer in.
Oh yeah, that's a nice exit.
Just like it's no big deal. He's got a technician with him now.
Yep.
So, they were back there doing repairs. And you said you're going down to 11 to try to observe the area and maybe see if there's more entrances or more traffic or something down there.
Yeah, I'm right to imagine that, like, basically the bottom little nub at the bottom of the octagon is where we were.
Now you're about in the middle between there. You're like right there. That's where you had your confrontation.
Okay, cool.
You came around that corner and saw.
Cool. So yeah, I imagine they're I imagine they're probably like somewhere or in these areas down here, or I guess they could be on this side too. But yeah, the idea is to go outside, out back, see if there's other back doors around, or what this looks like from the outside.
All right. So as you go around and there's no shops or anything here.
Is it like
there's
warehouse
no entrances
space? Or like storage for the shops?
So this is actually like primarily a place where things are unloaded.
Okay.
There is an exit to this is like a parking area. So these things here are trying to ping. There are vehicles, and there is an exit out onto the planet itself down here to the south.
Okay.
So things are this is not a high traffic area, or at least doesn't have civilians and customers and stuff like that that were in areas like 7, 8, 9, and 10. Once you start looking around the area, you notice that there are 2 men that are standing in this area right here that appear to be armed with some sort of handgun, like size, like not a rifle, but a smaller weapon. They are not security guards. They are dressed very similar to the men that you saw in the passageway. And there are people moving around here, but they're transporting things, unloading vehicles, bringing stuff down into the southern part of Area 10. So it seems like there is some traffic here, but most of it seems to be like business or transportation related. I'm sorry, not business related. I mean, inventory related. But the only things that really stick out are those 2 guys that are in that little nook right there.
Okay.
You cannot make out any doorway or anything there, but it could be concealed like the other doors.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Any
And their
ideas, or do we
weapons
just wait them
are-
out? Is what I say.
No, so you've got guys in the up here, we're up here. And you got guys down here. So that makes me think that maybe our quarry is somewhere in between.
You're a technician, don't you know? Like, and we're in the favor of the government. Can we get the service air vent plans to know how to sneak into there?
Maybe I
yeah,
could use my. Maybe I could do that. Yeah. Right.
okay, yeah. So you would need access to a computer terminal, which there are several in Area 11. And you do have rights to look at maintenance, maintenance plans. And
Okay.
however, to get the specific details of the interior of these areas is going to take maybe 5-10 minutes, something like that, to go through the catalog and isolate that particular section.
Okay. Keep
Um,
an eye on those guys. I'll try and find some information.
all right. So Windows starts, clacking away at the computer screen, and starts filtering through everything, and it takes about 8 minutes to go through all of that, and Yoko notices that you have gathered the attention of one of those guys. Only one of them has line of sight to you because you're at a terminal right there. So the guy standing higher, further north, can see you, and you seem to have gotten his attention. He is not like headed your way or anything, but at this point, Windows has accessed the layout, like the plans that he's looking for, and sees that this maintenance corridor it extends all the way around to, it extends all the way around all of these thicker walls here. And these skinnier walls are actually connections between these corridors. This area right here is a old maintenance, like, parts storage that has been decommissioned because a larger one has been opened up over here next to the maintenance shop. So if you remember, like, all of these buildings had to be like manufactured up and then brought down.
Hmm.
So this was an old maintenance storage area that is no longer used because a larger one's available. And according to the logs, it's abandoned.
Now we just got to find a way in.
Yeah, it's got to be it.
So if you want to, you could dig into the plans more and find the various paths in, like through, through like air ducts and maybe from above in the scaffolding. But that's going to require a CommTech roll to be able to determine what would be navigable by a human being.
Sure, let's do it. CommTech roll. Yeah. Okay.
All right, 4 successes. So I'm going to say that you find, I'm going to say you can use as many of these successes as you want to find different entrances into this. Or you could use it to maybe manipulate things about the system in the area of where these corridors and this storage or this old storage lot is supposed to be.
Well,
just
you mean like
change the air purifier or air processor
to
poison them.
turn the power off.
the air
Turn
supply.
the air the air supply
like Total
off,
Recall.
the heat, exactly.
Yeah. I like that. But these guards will still be out here. So is it possible to find a another way in. Doesn't involve these two guards.
What?
B,
Okay.
What if you set off? Can you set off like a fire alarm?
Sure. You could use a success for that. Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Just thinking,
But
brainstorming.
while that make them run out, we don't want them to run out. We want to.
We don't want
We
them to
want
run
to get
out.
to. Well, don't we? Don't we want to get to him?
That would be good.
Right.
I mean,
Okay. If we get to Ozolinsky without these two guys knowing about it,
yeah.
and then incapacitate him and whoever's with him.
I
by
mean, if
decreasing
we
the
set off the
airspeed.
fire alarm, doesn't Ozolinsky have to come out?
I don't know. Does he? And then what?
Oh.
Then we got him. Right? Who knows if he's armed or not?
You think he's going to come
Oh.
out firing?
No, but he's probably got some other people with him too. I would think.
All we have to do is follow them, watch them. No, that's not going to work.
Follow. Then there. Well, okay. You want to get a hold so you can.
I mean, let's just get if you have a way in, let's get in there.
Okay, well, let's just get in there. Okay. All right.
Are
All
we
right.
going under or over?
What's up?
Through the toilets.
Whichever you have four successes.
You
So,
want to go?
I'm going to let you go whichever way you want.
Let's go over, right?
Over through the top, through the skylight.
Yeah.
Yeah,
high ground.
So
I have the high ground etiquette.
So there is a way to get up onto the scaffolding. Is there some things that are stored here that were unloaded and are waiting to pass through into the shopping area? So so there's some things stacked up that would allow you to get on top of this building onto the scaffolding that's between there and the roof, which is the floor of the next floor above you. And up there is a air intake vent that is large enough for human beings to fit through. And
Okay.
Windows could easily, take out the screws from there with some sort of multi-tool he has on him, and you guys could go in through the ceiling
Good plan.
above.
Lead the way, Windows. I'm right behind you.
Okay, so remove the screws in the duct.
Well, we're going up.
So you have,
first.
I'm going to say that you have 2 successes left from your Comtech. Is there anything you want to do before you actually go in? Or time, so it happens while you go in?
Yeah, shoot, don't we do that? Well, we're in the air duct.
Yes.
Don't turn the fans on.
This looks nice. We turn off the air, or we'll be turning it off on ourselves too, or we lower it.
Maybe raise the temperature, lower the temperature.
Raise by wags. So we'll take off all their clothes. Like I
don't know.
Okay. Well, is it possible to incapacitate any people in these sections?
Oh, here's
by
it.
manipulating- Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead.
There isn't a method that you can use to pour some sort of gas in there to knock them out. But you could, if you cut off the air that might make them leave, it may knock them out. If they don't leave, they'll pass out.
Yeah.
From lack of oxygen.
Yeah.
But there's not really anything that you can do unless you want to lock the doors.
Lock the
can't
doors
cut
is
off
interesting.
there. And then you could use one success to lock the doors and one to cut the air off.
Okay. All right. I mean, I don't want to kill him.
No, I think you should lock the doors, but keep the air on. Like, the air's fine. We don't need to kill anyone, right? Yeah. But, if you lock the doors, they can't get out, and then they can't send in reinforcements to help. And that's like the whole point. We want the one-on-one.
Okay. All right. All right, let's try that first.
So we're gonna lock all the doors except for the ones that let us get in.
Okay.
And
All right. So that's a success.
the other
Go
ones,
one more.
I mean, you probably might have needed two for this, but would it be possible to do like a remote fire alarm or like a like on
You mean
demand
like set it off somewhere else?
for him to have the ability to set it off when he wants? That feels like a two successes would be
Lock
fair,
them in.
maybe, but
Where do you lock them?
No,
What do we get?
no. I'll let you. I'll let you do that. Yeah. So you want to be able to, at a moment's notice, just set an alarm off somewhere else.
how do you feel about that, Windows? Are you
Yeah,
able to
I
do
was
that?
wondering what I can do that. I'm just wondering what are we going to gain by doing it? Because if we've locked them in here, hell, if
I
we've
mean, I
locked them
imagine
in
the
here-
fire alarm. Well, actually, the fire alarm, the fire alarm is either it's gonna do one or two things. It's either gonna open everything up or it's gonna lock everything down, anyways. Probably will lock things down. That's probably safer in a space environment.
So this. So okay, you want to talk to him, right?
I just want, yeah, I want to get in. I want to talk to him. That's what Yoko wants.
So let's make sure he's making note. We've got a captive audience. So yeah, let's lock the doors. I don't. It's just the thing though. We don't know how many people are in there with them. We don't know whether he's
We don't know anything.
armed or what are we gonna do? We're gonna jump down from the ceiling.
Well, hopefully we can get only like one or two of them isolated together, so we don't have to deal with everyone, and that's the whole point of locking it down.
Okay,
Or maybe maybe a handful.
or maybe just get an eye from a high vantage point.
Oh, that's not a bad idea. Actually,
People are in
locking it down would tip them off. What if you don't lock it down, and then we just go in and spy and just see what we hear over
Okay,
here?
okay, let's do that.
Okay.
Okay.
There's a long way to
Good plan,
just
Windows.
to decide to go in. But all
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
So you guys climb up, go through the air ducts, and you're kind of on your hands and knees walking through the ventilation system. You can hear like this really like it's multiple people that sound like they are kind of gasping for breath. Like they're
Do that.
almost like they have like really bad like pneumonia or something.
Mm.
They're breathing really heavy. It sounds like wet and they're coughing. And once you pass through an opening, like a place where the air vent and you can see into the room, you can see that there seems to be like some sort of makeshift infirmary or something. There's several beds set up.
Like a field
most
hospital.
of them are occupied. Almost. I mean, it's not like a field. It's not that big.
Okay.
I wouldn't go so big as to call it a hospital, but there's maybe 10 beds set up. 8 of them are occupied. There's someone standing guard at the door with a small handgun, just like the guys that you saw outside. And there are 2 people in what appear to be like doctors or medical personnel or something that seem to be attending to these sick people. One of them seems to match the description Dr. Bircher gave you a while back about an assistant on the Ilyanla that disappeared with some of the samples of the worms.
Oh.
And he recognized that she had a UPP accent, and her registry inside the system said that she's affiliated and from one of the UPP planets.
It's like
There's
they're-
the other scientist with or doctor with her is an older gentleman that you do not recognize.
Yeah, it looks like they're doing something. Maybe if that's the lady who got the sample from, or who took samples off the Ilania. I think it's safe to say they're working with it here.
So now that we got that information, I mean, do you still think you need to talk to him? Or
Think.
we go tell the ordinance sign?
How, hmm.
Like, I'm no hero. Okay, like this quelling rebellions. This is my job. You
Any of the I mean, I don't know if we can see. Can we see if any of the patients on the beds have like black eyes?
Give me an observation roll. I can tell you what you see.
1 second.
Okay. Oh no! Got to, got. You're gonna panic.
Oh no.
Um,
Maybe they do, maybe they don't, but I see they do.
yeah. Maybe roll your stress. We'll find out. Uh-oh. All right.
Scream.
So this will be a good. Yes. This will be a good cliffhanger, I think.
Oh yeah.
Oh no.
You start looking very intently to try to see what if any of these things have any of these patients, I guess, have black eyes or some mutation or something like that. A couple of them just look to have like bandages and stuff, like maybe that they were injured in fighting. You don't see any that have the black eyes that you saw down on the Gorham colony. And then out of the corner of your eye,
Oh no.
you notice that there is a long string of these worms all over the inside of this ventilation shaft.
No way.
They are all over your body.
Cool.
No.
You look, but just before, this dawns on you, you look over at Windows and you see them on him, and that's when you start to panic and start screaming.
Oh no.
And that's where we'll pick up next time.
Ah!
Oh no. Oh no. Okay. That's a good one.
Ah! Okay, that's my scream.
All right.
All right. So we'll see how you guys get out of this one next time.
We'll see. Okay, so we can stop recording now.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you.
Okay.